Picture this. You leave a meeting or a social gathering feeling utterly exhausted. You barely said anything, yet it feels like you just ran a marathon. Ever felt that way after dealing with certain people? This video dives into the realm of Stoicism, the ancient wisdom that holds the key to easing these modern challenges. Imagine tapping into a philosophy so timeless, it guided some of history's greatest thinkers through life's most turbulent waters. Now, what if I told you this same ancient philosophy can help you handle the toxic people you encounter every day? We're about to explore 20 smart ways to do just that, all through the empowering lens of Stoicism. So journey with us as we unravel the practical insights that can transform draining encounters into empowering ones. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with strategies rooted in Stoic teachings that can effectively armor your peace against negativity. The first practice involves embracing the Stoic concept of Apatheia. Now, Apatheia is not about being emotionless, but about achieving a serene state of mind where external chaos does not disturb your inner peace. Imagine a storm raging outside while you're safe and calm indoors. That's Apatheia at work. When confronted with toxic behavior, practicing indifference becomes your shield. By choosing not to react, you protect your peace, letting negativity pass by like a cloud in the sky. But how do you cultivate this powerful mindset? Start small by focusing on what truly matters to you. Acknowledge the toxic behavior, but remind yourself that your tranquility is paramount. Picture a colleague who constantly undermines your efforts. Instead of engaging or letting their words affect you, practice viewing their actions like a buzzing fly, annoying but harmless if ignored. Over time, this deliberate indifference can transform potential conflicts into non-events, leaving you with the emotional energy to focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment. So, the first way to deal with toxic people through Stoicism is by nurturing this inner calm, ensuring that your peace remains unshaken regardless of the chaos around you. The second practice revolves around cultivating detachment, an essential principle in Stoicism. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, but rather a conscious separation between what's within our control and what isn't. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones of others' opinions and toxic emotions. It weighs you down unnecessarily. Now, Stoicism teaches us to lighten this load, allowing us to move freely towards our well-being. Picture a clear boundary where you end and others' negativity begins, a space where you decide what influences your peace. To practice detachment daily, start by identifying what you can truly control: your thoughts, reactions, and actions. When faced with toxic individuals, acknowledge their behavior but mindfully choose not to internalize it. Think of it as watching a movie. You're aware of the scenes, but you don't need to become part of the drama. Engage in exercises like deep breathing or journaling to reflect on the distinction between your sphere of control and the external chaos. With regular practice, this detachment becomes a buffer, permitting us to focus on fostering our inner peace and personal growth without being swayed by external turmoil. The third practice involves establishing boundaries, a concept that Stoics passionately support. Picture this: a beautiful garden filled with vibrant flowers. To keep it thriving, you must protect it from weeds and pests. Setting clear boundaries is akin to tending your mental garden. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of safeguarding your time and energy, treating them as invaluable resources. Seneca advised being mindful of how we spend our time, much like how we would protect a precious possession. Marcus Aurelius, on the other hand, often reflected on the notion that our soul is our own, urging us to fortify it against unnecessary disturbances. So how do these writings translate into dealing with toxic people? First, recognize your limits by understanding what drains you and what nourishes you. Once aware, communicate your boundaries clearly, much like a firm yet polite "no, thank you." Picture a friend who often brings negativity into conversations. Instead of being swept into their vortex, gently steer the discussion towards positivity, or let them know you need to focus on uplifting matters. Practicing this consistently affirms to others that you value your peace, prompting them to respect your emotional space. Reinforce these boundaries with simple reminders to yourself about the importance of your well-being. Over time, establishing such boundaries becomes second nature, allowing you to cherish and protect your energy, ultimately creating a harmonious environment that fosters growth and positivity. The fourth practice emphasizes practicing empathy. In the world of Stoicism, understanding others' perspectives is not just a virtue but a tool for peace. Imagine it as a bridge connecting you to the mindset of those who seem challenging. By stepping into their shoes, you can often see the source of their negativity. This doesn't mean letting down your guard. Instead, it's about balancing empathy with firm boundaries, like a captain steering a ship through choppy waters with a steady hand. Consider the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who often reflected on the shared struggles of humanity, which helped him approach even the harshest individuals with compassion. Or take Epictetus, who viewed every encounter as a chance to understand more deeply the human condition. When faced with someone difficult, pause and ponder their circumstances. What pressures might they be under? How might their worldview differ from yours? By doing so, you diffuse tension and disarm hostility. It's like dousing a fire with water rather than fanning the flames. Remember, practicing empathy doesn't mean sacrificing your peace. It means strengthening it by fostering understanding. As you engage with others, keep empathy in your toolkit, ready to forge connections where there were none, and to turn challenging encounters into opportunities for growth and harmony. The fifth practice involves embracing impermanence, a profound concept in Stoicism often encapsulated by the term memento mori, meaning remember that you must die. This reminder of life's transience can be incredibly freeing. Imagine your worries and the toxic influences around you as fleeting clouds. They might seem overwhelming, but they will pass. By recognizing the temporary nature of negative people and feelings, we can lessen their impact on us. Think of this mindset as a gentle breeze that pushes the power away from toxic influences, allowing you to regain control over your peace. Visualize a river flowing steadily, washing away debris without interruption. This is how embracing impermanence can shift your focus from the turmoil outside to the calm within. By accepting that nothing lasts forever, not even the negativity you encounter, you learn to navigate life with grace and resilience. Let this understanding be your tool to liberate yourself from the weight of toxic situations, knowing that just as night turns to day, challenging times will transform into opportunities for renewal and growth. The sixth practice centers around focusing on inner virtue, which is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Imagine virtue as your internal compass, guiding you through life's challenges with integrity and wisdom. Stoicism teaches us that by concentrating on cultivating our own virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice, we naturally steer clear of the negativity and distractions posed by toxic individuals. Picture this: while others may act out of envy, anger, or deceit, your commitment to virtue acts as a lighthouse, shining brightly even in the darkest of storms. By anchoring yourself to what you believe is right and good, you create a strong foundation that is unfazed by the chaotic behaviors of others. Instead of reacting to toxicity, you respond with the poise of someone grounded in their values, illustrating how powerful virtue can be in fostering resilience. Consider how this focus empowers you to make choices aligned with your true self, safeguarding your peace and leading you away from unnecessary conflict. Reflect on everyday situations where you can practice this, whether it's choosing honesty over exaggeration or patience over irritation. By prioritizing your own moral development, you not only enhance your ability to manage toxic encounters, but also inspire others to rise to your level of integrity. This steadfast dedication to inner virtue fortifies your spirit, paving the way for a life of tranquility and purpose, untouched by the negativity around you. The seventh practice involves ignoring provocation, a skill deeply ingrained in Stoicism that teaches us to maintain composure amidst chaos. Imagine standing firm in a storm, unperturbed by the winds trying to unsettle you. When toxic individuals provoke us, our natural reaction might be to defend or strike back, but Stoicism encourages us to take a step back and choose non-reaction instead. By not engaging, you diffuse tension and preserve your dignity, much like a rock that remains unmoved by a thrashing sea. Let's turn to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who often reminded us that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. He demonstrated this when insulted, choosing to view the words as mere sounds devoid of personal meaning. This perspective allowed him to remain composed, reflecting the power of ignoring provocation. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius encouraged focusing on our actions and thoughts, rather than the misdeeds of others. Picture yourself in a situation where someone is trying to bait you into a confrontation. Instead of engaging, you pause, recognize the attempt, and let it wash over you like water off a duck's back. By doing so, you maintain control of your emotional state and show strength through restraint. It is important to remember that engaging in a provocation often escalates the situation, whereas calm detachment lets it fizzle out naturally. This approach not only preserves your inner peace but also sets an example for others, illustrating the strength that lies in staying composed. As you practice ignoring provocation, you build resilience, showing that true power comes not from responding, but from choosing how to respond. Embrace this Stoic strategy and let it guide you toward maintaining dignity in all your interactions. The eighth practice involves practicing self-reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that serves as a powerful tool for personal growth. Picture this: you're holding a mirror up to your soul each day, examining your responses to the world around you. This daily ritual of reflection, cherished by Stoics, encourages us to assess how we react to toxic encounters, enabling us to improve and adapt without harboring resentment or hostility. Imagine Marcus Aurelius scribbling thoughts in his journal, pondering his day-to-day interactions, seeking not to blame others, but to understand his role and refine his perspective. This practice invites us to consider our emotional responses to the challenges we face, helping us identify patterns and triggers within ourselves. By engaging in self-reflection, we can ask ourselves important questions like, what did I learn from this encounter? Or how could I have responded differently? These introspective moments open the door to personal growth, allowing us to transform negativity into lessons. Importantly, self-reflection doesn't mean self-criticism, but rather a gentle exploration of how we can align our actions with our values. Consider incorporating a few minutes of quiet reflection at the end of each day, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply pondering, to sift through your experiences. As you commit to this practice, notice how it gradually equips you with the resilience to handle life's provocations with grace, turning each toxic encounter into an opportunity for inner development and peace. Embrace self-reflection as your guide, fostering a deeper understanding of yourself and fortifying your ability to navigate life's complexities with wisdom. The ninth practice delves into understanding their perspective, a skill highly valued by Stoics like Epictetus. Imagine standing in someone else's shoes, even for a moment. This doesn't mean you agree with their actions, but rather you seek to comprehend the driving forces behind them. Epictetus often encouraged viewing others with curiosity rather than judgment, urging us to consider the motivations and backgrounds that shape their behavior. By doing so, we can soften our initial reactions and open the door to more constructive interactions. Think of a heated argument where pausing to understand the other person's viewpoint might transform a potential clash into a meaningful dialogue. This approach reduces frustration as it redirects energy from resentment towards empathy. Picture a colleague who often seems irritable. Instead of responding with impatience, pause to consider what pressures they might be under or what story lies behind their demeanor. This doesn't excuse negative behavior, but it does allow you to engage with them from a place of understanding. By fostering this perspective, you reveal pathways to healthier interactions where conversations are grounded in empathy rather than conflict. This shift in mindset is akin to turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, the situation becomes clearer and solutions emerge. As you practice understanding others, you'll find it easier to navigate challenging encounters with grace, paving the way for more harmonious relationships. Embrace this Stoic principle and let it guide you towards more meaningful connections and encounters rooted in mutual respect. The 10th practice revolves around mindful communication, a vital component of Stoicism that underscores the importance of clear, honest, and respectful exchanges. Picture communication as a bridge connecting diverse worlds, allowing us to engage with others effectively even when faced with toxicity. Stoics believe in speaking with intention, ensuring that our words reflect truth and respect. Imagine having a conversation with someone whose negativity often puts you on edge. How can you navigate this interaction with both assertiveness and compassion? Begin by centering yourself before engaging, taking a moment to breathe deeply and ground your emotions. This helps in approaching the conversation with a calm, composed mindset. When you speak, focus on using I statements such as I feel or I notice to express your thoughts and emotions without placing blame. This technique reduces defensiveness and opens up dialogue. Additionally, actively listen to understand rather than to respond immediately. By demonstrating genuine interest in the other person's perspective, you create an atmosphere of mutual respect. Consider a scenario where you need to set a boundary with a toxic colleague who often interrupts you. Instead of reacting with frustration, calmly state how the interruptions affect your work and propose a solution, like taking turns to speak. This is assertive yet compassionate, showing you value both your needs and theirs. By practicing mindful communication, you maintain your self-respect while diffusing potential conflict. This approach not only preserves your peace but also sets the stage for more constructive interactions. Embrace this Stoic strategy and let it guide you in transforming challenging dialogues into opportunities for understanding and harmony. The 11th practice is about practicing forgiveness, a powerful tool within Stoicism that serves more as a liberating act for oneself than for others. It's crucial to clarify that forgiveness in Stoicism is not about excusing harmful behavior or letting others off the hook. Instead, it's a profound way to release ourselves from the chains of resentment and bitterness that can weigh us down. Picture carrying a heavy backpack brimming with grudges, each one a stone that drains your energy and joy. By choosing to forgive, you gradually lighten this load, allowing yourself to move forward with ease. Consider the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who advised focusing on our own peace and well-being by letting go of past grievances. His writings encourage us to view forgiveness as a means of reclaiming our mental freedom. Likewise, Marcus Aurelius reflected on the nature of holding grievances and how it ultimately harms the self rather than the other person. He advocated for letting go not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to our strength and commitment to our own peace. Imagine how liberating it can be to approach your day without the shadow of old grudges hanging over you. By practicing forgiveness, you create room for healing and growth, transforming past pain into lessons and stepping stones. This act of letting go is akin to a river cleansing itself, continually flowing forward and leaving behind what no longer serves it. As you embrace the Stoic practice of forgiveness, you'll find yourself unburdened, more resilient, and better equipped to navigate the complexities of human interactions with grace and equanimity. Let this Stoic perspective guide you to liberate your heart and mind from negativity. fostering an inner peace that remains steadfast in the face of life's challenges. The 12th practice focuses on harnessing emotional resilience, a key element of Stoicism that equips us to face negativity with strength and grace. Picture emotional resilience as a shield, one that doesn't just protect us from daily slings and arrows, but also empowers us to move forward with confidence. Stoicism teaches us that mental fortitude is built, much like a muscle, through consistent practice and patience. To begin strengthening this resilience, engage in exercises such as mindfulness meditation, which centers your thoughts and enhances your ability to stay calm under pressure. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine yourself in a challenging scenario, remaining unshaken and composed. These mental rehearsals prepare you for real-life encounters, providing a sense of preparedness and control. Consider the story of Epictetus, born into slavery, who rose to become a renowned Stoic philosopher. His life exemplifies how unyielding mental strength can transform adversity into triumph. He taught his students to focus on what they could control, their thoughts, attitudes, and reactions, and detach from what they could not, thereby nurturing resilience. Another example is Marcus Aurelius, who, amidst political turmoil, practiced maintaining inner calm to lead effectively. His meditations inspired countless others to cultivate inner strength despite external chaos. As you integrate these practices into your life, notice how they help you withstand negativity, allowing you to navigate toxic environments with poise and determination. Let this Stoic principle of emotional resilience be your guiding light, inspiring you to rise above challenges and face each day with renewed vigor and unwavering courage. Embrace this practice and witness the transformation in how you handle adversity and protect your peace amidst life's storms. The 13th practice is about prioritizing self-care, a concept that Stoicism embraces deeply yet is often overlooked. In the hustle of daily life, we might equate self-care solely with attending to our physical needs, like eating well or exercising. However, from a Stoic perspective, self-care encompasses much more. It is about nurturing our mental peace and shielding ourselves from toxic influences. Imagine self-care as a fortress built to protect your well-being from negativity. The Stoics were well aware of the necessity of such fortresses. Take, for example, the practice of Marcus Aurelius, who dedicated time each day for solitude and reflection, allowing him to reconnect with his inner self and disentangle from external chaos. This practice of retreating inward is a powerful way to maintain mental clarity and resilience. Another Stoic, Seneca, emphasized the importance of examining one's thoughts and detaching from unnecessary disturbances. He believed in surrounding oneself with tranquility, even amidst the noise of life, to nourish the soul. Start by carving out regular moments of peace and reflection in your day, just as these Stoics did. Engage in mindfulness or meditation to calm the mind, or simply take a walk in nature to refresh your spirit. Practicing gratitude and journaling can also help you center your thoughts and reinforce positivity. Consider setting boundaries to guard your time and energy, much like how you secure your home. By prioritizing self-care in this way, you honor yourself and build a solid defense against the toxicity that may try to invade your life. Let this Stoic understanding of self-care become a cornerstone in your journey of maintaining balance and harmony, guiding you to thrive amidst adversity with unwavering serenity. The 14th practice involves reframing negative experiences, a transformative approach rooted in Stoic philosophy known as cognitive reframing. Imagine viewing toxic interactions not as insurmountable obstacles, but as stepping stones to personal growth. By shifting your perspective, these encounters become opportunities to learn and evolve. Picture a challenging conversation with a difficult colleague. Stoicism invites you to see beyond the negativity and focus on the takeaways. What lessons can you glean from this interaction? Is there a way to improve your response for future situations? Consider the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who often reminded himself to look for the silver lining in every situation, turning trials into treasures. This mindset involves pivoting your focus from what is undesirable to what is instructive. Reflect on how a seemingly toxic experience can teach you patience, resilience, or empathy. Think of it as a mental exercise in flipping the script, where frustration could morph into understanding and anger into curiosity. By adopting this approach, you empower yourself to transform challenges into valuable lessons. Each negative encounter then becomes a canvas where you paint your own narrative of strength and insight. Embrace cognitive reframing as your tool for navigating life's difficulties, allowing every twist and turn to contribute to your journey of self-discovery and mastery. This Stoic strategy not only enriches your experiences, but also fortifies your ability to remain composed and enlightened amidst adversity. Let this practice guide you in transforming negativity into a pathway towards wisdom and growth. The 15th practice involves finding the humor, an often overlooked yet powerful aspect of Stoicism. While Stoicism is known for its serious pursuit of wisdom and virtue, it equally values the ability to see the lighter side of life's challenges. Humor, when used judiciously, can be a potent tool to disarm toxic behavior and safeguard your peace. Imagine humor as an umbrella in a rainstorm, shielding you from the downpour of negativity while allowing you to enjoy the moment. When faced with toxicity, a well-placed jest or a gentle chuckle can diffuse tension and shift the atmosphere from conflict to camaraderie. Picture a situation where a colleague's criticism feels like a relentless drizzle. Instead of letting it soak into your mood, you could respond with a light-hearted quip that acknowledges their point without losing your composure. This approach not only deflects negativity, but also demonstrates your resilience and perspective. Consider the story of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was once mocked for his limp. Instead of taking offense, he turned the situation into a humorous narrative, showing that his limp did not define his worth. By laughing along, he dissolved the power of the mockery and maintained his dignity. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius often used humor to maintain a balanced perspective amidst the pressures of leadership. Imagine facing a heated argument and choosing to inject a bit of levity, like commenting on how the situation resembles a tempest in a teapot. This not only lightens the mood, but also invites others to step back and reassess the gravity of the situation. By incorporating humor into your interactions, you create a buffer against the stress of toxic encounters. Embrace this Stoic strategy and let humor guide you in transforming moments of potential discord into opportunities for connection and joy. The 16th practice involves employing selective exposure, a wise Stoic strategy that focuses on the careful selection of our surroundings. Picture your life as a garden. What you plant and nurture will ultimately determine what grows. Similarly, Stoicism encourages us to be judicious about the environments we immerse ourselves in. By choosing to be surrounded by positivity, we cultivate a space where we can thrive, much like a plant growing in rich, nourishing soil. Now consider the influence of toxic environments on your well-being. Just as negative energy can drain us, positive surroundings can invigorate us. Stoics like Seneca often advised seeking the company of those who elevate us, not just in terms of knowledge, but also in spirit and values. He believed that our growth is deeply tied to the circles we keep and the places we frequent. Imagine a room filled with laughter, support, and encouragement. This is where Stoicism suggests we spend our time. To practice selective exposure, begin by evaluating your current environments. Are there spaces or relationships that consistently bring you down? Are there others that uplift and inspire you? Once identified, take deliberate steps to limit your exposure to negative influences. This might mean setting boundaries with certain individuals or seeking out new social circles that resonate with your aspirations. Remember, this is not about shutting people out, but about prioritizing your mental and emotional health. Picture surrounding yourself with those who reflect the virtues you wish to cultivate, much like seeking sunlight to grow. By employing selective exposure, you not only shield yourself from toxicity, but also create a fertile ground for positivity and personal development. Let this Stoic approach guide you in choosing environments that empower and nurture your journey, leading to a life filled with harmony and growth. Developing emotional intelligence is the 17th practice, a fundamental aspect of Stoicism that empowers us to navigate interactions with grace and understanding. Emotional intelligence involves not only recognizing and managing our own emotions, but also empathizing with and understanding the emotions of those around us. Imagine it as a personal guide, helping you steer through the complexities of human interactions with clarity and poise. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of being aware of our emotional responses and understanding the triggers behind them. By acknowledging your emotions, you gain insight into your reactions, allowing you to choose responses that align with your values rather than impulsively reacting to negativity. Now, how does this mitigate the impact of toxic people? By managing your emotions, you reduce the disruptive power they might have over you, much like a ship that remains steady even in turbulent seas. At the same time, understanding the emotions of others enables you to respond with empathy and insight rather than confrontation. To enhance emotional intelligence, engage in Stoic exercises such as mindfulness and self-reflection. These practices cultivate a heightened awareness of your emotional landscape, helping you pause before reacting. Consider journaling as a way to explore your daily emotional experiences, allowing you to identify patterns and triggers. Visualization techniques can also be powerful. Picture yourself handling a difficult encounter with calm and understanding, rehearsing the emotional responses that you seek to embody. By regularly practicing these Stoic-based exercises, you build emotional resilience, enabling you to remain composed amidst challenging interactions and fostering an environment of constructive, empathetic dialogue. Let emotional intelligence guide you in transforming potential conflicts into opportunities for meaningful connection, enriching your interactions and enhancing your peace. Seeking wise counsel is the 18th practice, a core tenet of Stoicism that highlights the value of seeking guidance from those with wisdom and experience. Imagine navigating through a dense forest. Having a guide who knows the paths can make all the difference. Similarly, in life, especially when dealing with toxic people, consulting someone who has traveled similar roads can illuminate the way forward. Stoic philosophers often turn to mentors and peers for perspective and insight. By opening up about our experiences to those with Stoic wisdom, we invite fresh viewpoints and strategies that we might not have considered on our own. Picture having a conversation with a friend who understands the nuances of Stoic teachings, discussing the difficulties you're facing with a colleague or family member. They might share a story or a piece of advice that shifts your perspective, making the challenge seem less daunting. This practice isn't about offloading your problems, but rather enriching your understanding and approach to them. Think of Seneca, who often corresponded with friends to exchange thoughts on various life issues, finding strength in shared wisdom. When you feel burdened by toxicity, reaching out to a mentor can provide clarity and reassurance, transforming confusion into direction and strength. Let this Stoic principle remind you of the power found in collective wisdom and the peace that comes from knowing you are not alone. Embrace the wisdom of others as a beacon, guiding you through the complexities of human interactions with renewed confidence and clarity. Ensuring self-accountability is the 19th practice, a central pillar of Stoicism that reinforces personal responsibility in the face of external challenges. At the heart of this practice lies the understanding that while we cannot control others' actions, we are entirely in charge of our responses. Imagine for a moment that your reactions are like the steering wheel of a car. No matter the condition of the road, you have the power to direct your path. Owning your reactions to toxic individuals instead of pointing fingers, fosters a sense of autonomy and empowers you to navigate negativity with confidence. Reflect on how easy it is to blame others for our emotional turmoil. Yet Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in recognizing our role in these interactions. Picture a colleague who consistently makes your work environment challenging. Instead of attributing all your stress to their behavior, pause and consider how your response contributes to the situation. By acknowledging this, you take back control, transforming the encounter from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus often reminded his students that while we might not dictate external events, we are always responsible for how we digest and react to them. This mindset is like a lighthouse guiding ships through tumultuous seas, providing clarity and direction amidst the storm. By embracing self-accountability, you build resilience, reducing the grip toxic people might hold over your emotional state. Let this Stoic strategy inspire you to assess your interactions with honesty and courage, turning each encounter into an opportunity for self-growth and mastery over your emotional landscape. This approach not only strengthens your inner peace but also sets a powerful precedent for others, illustrating that responsibility leads to true freedom and personal liberation. Practicing acceptance is the 20th and final practice, a cornerstone of Stoicism that teaches us to embrace reality with all its imperfections. Imagine acceptance as a gentle tide that washes over the rough edges of life's challenges, smoothing them into a landscape of serenity. At its heart, Stoic acceptance is about recognizing that we cannot control everything, especially the behaviors of toxic people, but we can choose how we respond to these truths. By accepting reality as it is, we relinquish the futile struggle against what we cannot change, freeing ourselves from the weight of expectation and disappointment. Picture a clear sky after a storm, where clarity and calm emerge after the clouds have passed. This is the inner peace that acceptance grants us, a profound release from the turbulence of resistance. Consider the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who often reflected on the nature of the world, reminding himself to welcome each moment without judgment. By doing so, he cultivated an unwavering resilience against the storms of life. Imagine facing a toxic situation and, instead of fighting against it, acknowledging its presence with grace. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity, but rather understanding the nature of things and choosing to focus on what truly matters. This shift allows you to conserve your energy for personal growth and joyful pursuits. As you practice acceptance, notice how it transforms your encounters, turning potential stress into opportunities for inner calm and strength. Let this Stoic principle guide you to embrace the world as it is, fostering a life of tranquility and empowerment, even amidst the chaos. Apatheia in action is beautifully exemplified by historical figures who thrived amidst adversity. Consider the renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who, despite being born into slavery and enduring harsh treatment, consistently demonstrated serenity and composure. His personal attacks and challenging environment did not deter him from practicing apatheia. Instead, he rose above, focusing on his inner peace and becoming a highly respected teacher. Another profound example is Marcus Aurelius, who, as a Roman emperor, faced political scheming, betrayal, and war. Amidst all this, Marcus maintained his equanimity through apatheia, often turning to his writings in meditations to ground himself. He would remind himself to stay calm and deliberate, viewing the chaos as an opportunity to practice virtue rather than as a personal affront. His ability to remain unshaken by the toxicity and turmoil around him stands as a testament to the power of apatheia. Picture yourself in their shoes, absorbing their resilience and serenity when faced with life's storms. Let these examples inspire you to embrace apatheia, transforming potential distress into moments of clarity and strength. By practicing this Stoic principle, you too can navigate toxic environments with the calm confidence of Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, showing that true power lies in the tranquility of the mind, untethered by external turbulence. This expansion of apatheia in action not only illustrates its historical significance, but also underscores its timeless relevance in managing today's challenges, guiding you to cultivate an unshakable peace amidst life's adversities. Detachment techniques offer a profound way to cultivate serenity amidst the chaos of toxicity. Imagine detachment as a pair of wings that allow you to rise above the turmoil, observing it from a distance without becoming entangled. One effective technique to foster this sense of separation is through meditation. Picture yourself sitting quietly, breathing deeply, allowing thoughts and emotions to float by without judgment, much like clouds drifting across a clear sky. This practice invites you to disengage from the immediate intensity of toxic interactions, providing a calm space for reflection and resetting your emotional balance. As you meditate, you train your mind to recognize which thoughts are worth holding onto and which should be released, enhancing your ability to remain centered. Another powerful tool is journaling. Consider it as a conversation with your inner self, a safe space to pour out your thoughts and examine situations without external influence. By writing down your experiences with toxic people, you gain clarity on your feelings and discover patterns in your reactions. Journaling helps you distinguish between the noise of external negativity and your own peaceful intentions, empowering you to make conscious decisions about where to focus your energy. Additionally, detachment through visualization can be incredibly beneficial. Envision placing the toxic encounter into a box, mentally setting it aside, and continuing forward unburdened. These techniques not only bolster your mental resilience, but also allow you to navigate life with a steady, anchored mind. Embrace these practices as your allies in maintaining serenity, letting them guide you towards a life where peace prevails over the chaos of external toxicity. Imagine having a friend who often calls late at night, unloading their negativity while disregarding your need for rest. Now, let's role-play how boundary setting can transform this dynamic. When the next call comes in, calmly express your limits by saying, "I value our friendship, but I need my evenings for rest. Can we chat earlier in the day?" This statement is both clear and respectful, showing your commitment to maintaining the relationship without sacrificing your well-being. Picture a workplace scenario where a colleague frequently interrupts your focus with unnecessary complaints. Instead of getting frustrated, use boundary setting as your tool by stating, "I understand you're concerned, but I've scheduled specific times for discussions. Can we address this later?" This not only defends your time, but also encourages them to respect it. Practice these scenarios in a low-pressure environment, perhaps with a supportive friend acting as the other party. This allows you to refine your boundary-setting skills, building confidence in navigating real-life situations. Consider writing down your boundaries using phrases that align with your values and priorities. Rehearse them until they feel natural, much like learning lines for a play. By integrating these practices, you create a mental script that guides you in maintaining your equilibrium amidst toxic interactions. Over time, with consistent practice, setting boundaries becomes a natural extension of your Stoic approach to life, allowing you to protect your peace and foster healthier connections. Embrace this Stoic principle and empower yourself to guard your personal space with clarity and compassion. Empathy without compromise involves a delicate dance between understanding others and maintaining your own boundaries. Imagine your compassion as a gentle river. It can nurture and refresh those it touches, but it must have banks to guide its flow. This balance begins with recognizing that empathy doesn't require you to absorb another's pain or negativity. Instead, it calls for an acknowledgement of their situation while steadfastly protecting your emotional space. Picture yourself listening to a friend venting about their troubles. While you lend an empathetic ear, you gently remind yourself of your own limits, much like a lifeguard ensuring their own safety before aiding others. Stoicism offers tools to maintain this equilibrium. Practice active empathy, where you acknowledge the feelings of others without letting them dictate your emotional state. For example, say, "I understand you are upset," followed by, "Let's find a way forward together," which shows support without compromising your peace. Additionally, use visualization as a tool to maintain your boundaries. Envision an invisible shield that allows empathy to flow out but not overtake your inner calm. This mental imagery helps reinforce your limits, ensuring that your compassion supports rather than overwhelms you. Another technique involves pausing before responding to gauge your emotional state, like checking the weather before stepping outside, ensuring you are prepared for what comes next. By practicing these Stoic strategies, you cultivate an empathy that is both nurturing and self-preserving, empowering you to engage with others from a place of strength, not sacrifice. Embrace this balanced approach, allowing your empathy to foster connection without eroding your own well-being. Impermanence Mindset offers a profound lens through which we can gracefully navigate toxic interactions. Picture your concerns and the negativity around you as leaves flowing down a stream. They are there for a moment and then carried away. Embracing impermanence allows us to understand that everything, including conflict and toxicity, is temporary. This perspective liberates us from the weight of enduring grudges or stress, much like shedding a heavy coat as the seasons change. By accepting that situations and people's behaviors are transient, we can remain grounded in the present without being overwhelmed by the noise. Consider the practice of reflecting daily on the fleeting nature of life's events, reminding yourself that today's challenges won't last forever. Visualization can be a powerful tool here. Imagine observing a toxic scenario from a distance, watching it like a passing cloud, noticing it, acknowledging its presence but letting it drift away. This detachment not only preserves your inner balance but also enhances your ability to respond with thoughtful composure rather than impulsive reaction. Engaging in meditation on impermanence can further deepen this mindset, centering your spirit amidst life's unpredictability. By nurturing this Stoic approach, you cultivate a serenity that empowers you to navigate even the most challenging interactions with ease and understanding. Let this impermanence mindset be your anchor, guiding you to a place of peace amidst life's ever-changing currents, and helping you transform transient conflicts into opportunities for growth and resilience. Virtuous living acts as a suit of armor, protecting us from the arrows of toxic behaviors. Picture virtue as your guiding star, leading you with integrity and wisdom through life's challenges. In Stoicism, virtues like courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance are pillars that support a life free from the sway of negativity. Imagine these virtues as a lighthouse, shining brightly even amidst the darkest storms, steering you away from the rocks of toxic influences. Let's explore historical figures who have embodied this principle. Consider Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor whose meditations reveal a constant striving for virtue. Despite the political intrigue and personal betrayals he faced, Marcus remained grounded, anchored by his commitment to justice and self-discipline. His writings remind us that by focusing on living virtuously, we can rise above the turbulence surrounding us. Now let's turn to contemporary figures who draw inspiration from Stoicism. Think of leaders like Nelson Mandela, who demonstrated immense wisdom and strength in the face of adversity. During his imprisonment, he chose to cultivate forgiveness and reconciliation over hatred, embodying the Stoic principle of using virtue as a shield. His actions proved that living virtuously can transform even the most toxic situations into opportunities for growth and change. Imagine applying this principle to your life. When confronted with toxic behavior, focus on your own virtues. Picture yourself choosing patience over impatience, calm over anger, much like an artist carefully selecting colors to create a masterpiece. By committing to live virtuously, you're not only safeguarding your peace, but also inspiring those around you to rise to your level of integrity. This steadfast dedication to virtue becomes a fortress, allowing you to navigate toxic encounters with grace and resilience, turning potential conflicts into harmonious interactions. Embrace this Stoic strategy and let virtue be your armor, guiding you through life with dignity and strength, untouched by the chaos around you. Non-reaction mastery, an essential Stoic skill, is about maintaining calm and control when emotions run high. Picture a tempest, fierce and unrelenting, yet there you stand, unaffected, your inner peace untouched. Mastering non-reaction begins with mindfulness practices that center your mind and ground your spirit amidst turmoil. Imagine yourself in a heated moment, the emotions of others swirling around you like a storm. Instead of reacting, you pause, drawing upon your practiced mindfulness to find your anchor. Start by cultivating mindfulness through simple breathing exercises. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly. This act is like hitting the pause button, giving you a moment of clarity before responding. Visualization is another powerful technique. Picture yourself as a tree in a storm. Though the wind may rage around you, your roots are deep and your stance is steady. This mental imagery fortifies your resolve, helping you remain composed. When faced with provocation, practice acknowledging your feelings without judgment. Label them, "I feel anger," or "I sense frustration," and then let them drift away like leaves on a stream. This acknowledgement reduces their power over you, allowing you to control your response rather than react impulsively. Consider integrating body awareness into your practice. Notice physical sensations, tension in your shoulders, a racing heart, and breathe into them, releasing stress with each exhalation. By heightening your awareness of these cues, you gain mastery over your emotional state. As you weave these techniques into your daily life, notice how they transform your interactions. Where once there was conflict, now there is calm. Where there was unrest, there is now peace. Embrace non-reaction mastery as your guide, allowing it to steer you through life's storms with grace and resilience, demonstrating the true power of Stoic wisdom in action. Reflective practices offer a profound gateway to understanding and improving our responses to toxic encounters. Picture holding a mirror to your inner world, allowing you to see clearly the impact of each interaction. Stoics embraced reflection as a daily ritual, a crucial tool for personal growth and resilience. One such practice is journaling, where you jot down thoughts and emotions at day's end, much like Marcus Aurelius did in his meditations. This act of writing crystallizes your experiences, helping you recognize patterns in your responses to negativity. Imagine sifting through your thoughts like a gold prospector, discerning valuable insights from the noise. By noting your reactions to toxic interactions, you uncover areas for improvement, much like polishing a piece of silver until it shines. Another practice involves a nightly review, a mental recap of your day, where you silently replay events from calm observation. Ask yourself, what went well today, or how could I have responded differently to that encounter? This gentle questioning nurtures self-awareness without self-criticism, turning each day into a stepping stone for growth. Visualization can also be a powerful reflective tool. Picture addressing a toxic encounter with poise, visualizing both what occurred and what could have been. This practice allows you to reframe situations, crafting a mental script of preferred responses, empowering you to handle future events with wisdom and composure. As you weave these reflective practices into your routine, notice how they illuminate your understanding and foster resilience. They transform challenges into opportunities, much like a sculptor reshaping raw stone into art. Embrace these Stoic strategies, allowing each moment of reflection to strengthen your ability to navigate life's complexities with grace and insight. Let reflection be your guide, revealing the path to greater self-mastery and peace, even amidst life's storms. Perspective shift is a powerful strategy in Stoicism, allowing you to broaden your understanding and reduce the emotional toll of toxic interactions. Picture role reversal exercises as a tool to foster this shift, like switching hats to see a different view. Imagine yourself in a scenario where a colleague's actions seem unreasonable. Try a role reversal exercise by imagining yourself in their shoes. What pressures might they be facing? How do they perceive their interactions with you? This exercise isn't about condoning negative behavior, but about gaining a broader picture. By stepping into their perspective, you might discover motivations you hadn't considered, softening your emotional response and opening up pathways for empathy. Another technique is the Stoic practice of examining assumptions. Picture your assumptions about a person's behavior like layers of an onion. As you peel them back, you might find that what seemed like hostility is rooted in insecurity or stress. This understanding can transform your approach from reactive to compassionate. Reflect also on the Stoic exercise of negative visualization. Consider the worst-case scenario if you allow the toxicity to affect you without shifting your perspective. This helps you appreciate what you have and encourages a mindset of gratitude. Visualization can further aid in perspective shift. Imagine the situation from an outsider's view, noting how detachment can provide clarity and prevent emotional entanglement. By employing these techniques, you cultivate an ability to see beyond immediate reactions, much like a photographer adjusting focus to reveal a clearer image. Let perspective shift be your ally, guiding you towards more harmonious interactions and transforming emotional turbulence into understanding and peace. Embrace this Stoic strategy to expand your view, reduce stress, and nurture more meaningful connections in your relationships. Effective communication models from Stoic teachings can transform dialogues with toxic individuals into constructive conversations. Imagine communication as a dance where each partner listens and responds gracefully to maintain harmony. One key model is active listening, deeply rooted in Stoicism, which encourages us to fully engage with the speaker without judgment or interruption. Picture yourself in a conversation, focusing intently on the other person's words, noticing their tone and body language, much like a musician tuning into the nuances of a melody. By demonstrating genuine interest and empathy, you create a safe space for open dialogue, reducing defensiveness and fostering understanding. Another model is assertive communication, which involves expressing your thoughts and needs clearly while respecting the other person's perspective. Visualize using I statements such as "I feel" or "I notice" to convey your emotions without casting blame. This approach, championed by Stoic thinkers, maintains your dignity while inviting mutual respect. Consider a scenario where a colleague monopolizes discussions. Instead of reacting with frustration, apply assertive communication by saying, "I value your input and I would appreciate sharing my thoughts as well." This balanced exchange demonstrates poise and encourages a more collaborative atmosphere. Stoicism also values the power of pause, allowing time for reflection before responding. Imagine the pause as a breath of fresh air, giving you a moment to gather your thoughts and choose a response that aligns with your values. By incorporating these Stoic communication models, you turn potential conflict into an opportunity for growth and connection. Embrace this strategy and watch as your dialogues become more meaningful, enriched with clarity and mutual understanding. Let these Stoic principles guide you in navigating conversations with wisdom and grace, transforming interactions into a dance of constructive communication. Forgiveness exercises present a pathway to liberate ourselves from the burden of past toxic experiences, as espoused by Stoic philosophy. Imagine forgiveness as a gentle rain, washing away the dust and grime accumulated over time, revealing the bright surface beneath. Let's dive into practical exercises that can nurture this liberating mindset. One powerful practice is the forgiveness letter. Set aside a quiet moment to write a letter to someone who has wronged you, not to send, but as a form of release. Begin with acknowledging the hurt and then shift focus to understanding and letting go. This act of writing crystallizes your emotions, allowing you to articulate and then release the grip of resentment. Picture the letter like a balloon carrying your grievances away as you set it free. Another exercise involves guided visualization. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and picture the person you wish to forgive. Envision a cord connecting you both, representing the emotional ties that bind you. Visualize gently cutting this cord, symbolizing the release of past burdens. This imagery can be empowering, creating a sense of freedom and emotional lightness. Additionally, practice gratitude by reflecting on what this experience has taught you. Write down lessons learned or strengths gained from overcoming this challenge. Visualizing how these lessons contributed to your personal growth and resilience can transform past pain into gratitude. These exercises not only facilitate forgiveness but also pave the way for emotional liberation, freeing you to embrace a life unencumbered by past grievances. By incorporating these Stoic-based exercises into your routine, you cultivate a forgiving heart and a peaceful mind, allowing you to move forward with grace and resilience. Let this practice guide you, transforming forgiveness into an empowering tool on your journey towards inner peace and freedom. Using humor as a shield is a fascinating aspect of Stoicism that often goes unnoticed. Imagine humor as a gentle armor, deflecting the negativity that tries to seep in and disrupt your peace. Employing humor strategically allows you to turn potentially tense situations into opportunities for light-hearted connection. Consider the story of Cato the Younger, a famed Stoic known for his moral integrity and sharp wit. When faced with mockery, Cato would often respond with a clever retort that not only disarmed his critics but also highlighted his own composure. His ability to laugh at himself while maintaining his principles exemplifies the power of humor in preserving dignity. Another example is found in the life of Marcus Aurelius, who reportedly used humor to ease the burdens of leadership. When confronted with the burdensome duties of an emperor, he would remind himself with a smile of the absurdity of some situations, thereby easing tension and promoting clarity. Imagine being in a scenario where a colleague's negativity feels like a dark cloud over a meeting. By injecting a well-timed joke or light observation, you can often shift the mood, transforming hostility into harmony. This doesn't mean ignoring the seriousness of certain issues, but rather choosing to approach them with a perspective that allows room for optimism and openness. Picture using humor as you would use an umbrella in the rain, not to stop the rain but to keep it from soaking your spirit. Cultivating this Stoic strategy can empower you to navigate life's challenges with a buoyant heart, turning potential conflicts into moments of shared laughter and understanding. Let the lessons from Stoic history inspire you to wield humor wisely, crafting a path to resilience and peace through levity. Embrace this practice, knowing that a bit of laughter can often pave the way to deeper connection and calm amidst chaos. As we wrap up our journey through the 20 smart ways to deal with toxic people using the profound wisdom of Stoicism, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful tools we've uncovered. From practicing apatheia and fostering detachment to setting firm boundaries and employing empathy, these ancient strategies offer a timeless guide to navigating the complexities of modern life. Stoicism teaches us that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, reactions, and inner virtue, we can cultivate resilience and peace amidst chaos. These techniques remind us that while negativity is temporary, our ability to choose our response remains a constant strength. As you embrace these practices, envision the transformation they can bring to your daily interactions, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. We encourage you to delve deeper into Stoic teachings, allowing this philosophy to illuminate your path. Apply these strategies, share your experiences, and watch as they foster a calmer, more harmonious life. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you found this content valuable, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to explore more Stoic wisdom. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear how Stoicism has impacted your life. Together, let's continue to build a community grounded in wisdom, peace, and resilience.